Devastating testimony coming out of the Sierra this morning as evacuees escaping the mosquito fire are forced to leave their homes. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Monica Coleman. It's Saturday, September 10th. This morning, the mosquito fire continues to burn now almost 30,000 acres in size. There were concerns over the smoke yesterday, but not everyone being asked to be evacuated is ready or wanting to do so. In Georgetown, mandatory evacuations are underway, but we heard from a resident hoping the worst does not happen. And this morning, the firefight will now have more funding coming its way. The governor announced the state has secured federal assistance to help contain the mosquito fire. It comes in the form of a fire management assistant grant from FEMA. The announcement did not say how much money was in the grant or what it will be used for. The record-breaking heat wave has now come to an end, and if this heat has taught us anything, it's that cooling down your house is expensive. According to the National Energy Assistance Directors Association, about 1 out of 6 families in the U.S. are drowning in utility debt. For more information about the Home Energy Assistance Program, you can call the Community Resource Project at the number shown on your screen. Remember, the program is only available for low-income families in Sacramento, Sutter, and Yuba County. BYU says an investigation into alleged racial heckling and slurs aimed at a Duke University volleyball player has found no evidence to support the claim. The school apologized to the student accused of threatening Duke sophomore Rachel Richardson. Duke says it stands behind her and the team. The Texas company whose pipeline spilled massive amounts of oil into the waters of Huntington Beach has pleaded guilty to state environmental charges. Amplify Energy must also pay the state and county nearly $5 million in fines and penalties. We're learning new details this morning about the tragic double murder on an East Bay nurse and her husband. All as a suspect, an Alameda County Sheriff's officer made an appearance in court. Dion Lim brings us the latest. Let's talk some sports. High school football took center stage on Friday night as many teams in our area hit the gridiron. Kevin John is standing by with all that action. Kevin, thank you. And every Saturday, we're featuring one special friend from the Bradshaw Animal Shelter. Today, meet Sweet Old Rose. Coming up on ABC 10 Weekend Morning News, the mosquito fire is now the largest burning wildfire in our state. But far south, another one is continuing to grow. More on that after the break. More evacuees are being forced to pack up their cars and leave their homes. Leaving or staying could be the difference between life or death. ABC 10's Roxanne Elias has that story. And this morning, Southern California is fighting their own wildfire, the Fairview Fire, now nearly the size of the mosquito fire. Right now, it is burning 28,000 acres. All right, your time is 6:39. Let's talk some dollars and cents. Although inflation may be slowing down somewhat, the cost of living is still increasing at a much higher rate than in recent years. That can be especially hard on people in retirement or nearing retirement. ABC's Alexis Christoforous reports on what retirees can do to help deal with inflation. More bad news for would-be homeowners. Mortgage rates are up again, hitting their highest level since 2008. The 30-year rate rising to 5.89% this week, more than double what it was the same time last year. The average 15-year fixed-rate mortgage also up above 5% for the first time since 2009. Cheaper electric vehicles are on their way, although battery costs are rising. The latest EV from General Motors, a Chevy Equinox small SUV for around $30,000 with a range of at least 250 miles. The time is 6:46. Let's verify. We all have different routines to get ready for bed, but have you heard of mouth taping? Brandon Lewis with our National Verified team looks into this new trend that claims to promote oral health and stop snoring. If you are looking to stay in with the kids this weekend, there's a series of short films inspired by a huge movie with local connections. Marcus Allen says Cars on the Road is what to watch. Looks good to me. Thanks, Brendan. Before we go this morning, here's a recap of some of the top stories we've been following this morning. Let's meet our pet of the week. Each Saturday, we introduce you to a furry friend of the Sacramento SPCA that's ready to find a forever home. Today, meet Archie. And the governor's office tweeted yesterday saying happy 172nd birthday and said the way Californians came together this week is a shining example of who we are as a state, referring to the heat wave and the flex alert.